low-key started this kind of late, but we making protein fried rice. It's looking pretty good. We got the beef bacon, edamame, good protein option. We got 3 cans of chicken breasts, some corn for the fiber, and then we're gonna throw some rice, heat up some rice, and yeah. Alright, y'all don't have to do this, but I like to do it. I like to saute my chicken breast in the beef fat that we just rendered. So going in, yes sir, going in. Ooh. Obviously this way it's more calories, but I like to get the flavor from the beef fat. All that's done, you won't trash that. All right, so obviously they're in big old chunks. You break them up and just let this saute. All right, for the most part, it's pretty much mashed up. We're gonna hit it with some seasoning, and I'll show y'all what I use. But as it sautés, I want to get rid of that kind of chickeny flavor, because sometimes at the can it'll be tasting like some booty. So let's hit it with some seasoning. Trying not to go too heavy on the seasoning. Doing, excuse me, oh my gosh, Lori's seasoned salt. Give it a little bit of spice. Ground cayenne pepper. Obviously season to taste, however you like it. I like mine pretty spicy, so I'll go in there. With a decent amount of cayenne pepper powder. And just to kind of help get rid of that chickeny flavor. So this is realistically what it should look like. Boom. And we're gonna mix it up some more. Yes, sir. And as I'm mixing this, I'm trying to get rid of the big chunks so that way everything can kind of flow nicely. You don't get too much of one certain thing. Alright, we're gonna put this on low and then strain our edamame and season it with some salt. Got our edamame strained. We're gonna go in with some salt. Just like a little dash. Try not to get too much on there because I don't want it to be too salty. That should be good. Now we're gonna start our eggs. So we're gonna use 6 eggs. And the chicken is almost done sauteing, so should be good and gravy. Just gonna try to break it up a little bit more before I plate it. That don't look good, man. We're gonna set that aside for now. Let's start the rice. I've been trying to figure out a good ratio for rice and protein. Hopefully I nail it this time because I don't want as much rice. I need to hit that with a splash of oil. Boom. Splash of oil. Then we're gonna use, now if y'all don't do this, y'all should. I'm not gonna lie, it's an easy way to get in more protein for your eggs. Milk, if you can afford the calories, milk, and good for fats, good for protein. Let's see here. This is gonna sound weird, guys. I promise it's not as crazy. I had to move the camera angle so y'all can see this. Look. Get you like a white cheese, throw it in there, and as the eggs are cooking, it'll melt. So 6 grams of protein, 100 calories. not ideal for protein ratio, but easy, good way to get in your protein, your fats. What can I say? All right, egg number 1 going in. What about egg number 2? Gotta be quick with it. I wish I had a better angle to show. Just get like a tripod. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best it gets. But got our eggs. Hit it with a splash of milk. And then break it up, mix it. And let that cook for a little bit. And then when I have like a solid base, I'm gonna throw in the cotija cheese. All right, while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna start this up and then get some garlic going. Oh, and I need to dash it with oil. Cool. Nothing too crazy, trying to go light on the oil so I'm not hurting myself with empty calories. But we're gonna go in with a hefty amount of garlic. Oops, I didn't wait. Well, it's kind of too late now. That should be fine. All right. Got that done. Now it's time to bust out the lemon juice for the rice. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird, guys. I like my fried rice kind of like, it's like a hybrid version of, I'll let that saute. A hybrid version of Chipotle rice and Filipino garlic fried rice. So what I do is pretty much I plop down some oil, get some garlic sauteing, put in cilantro, lemon juice, touch of garlic salt, and a decent amount of regular salt. I want to make sure that this is ready to go. So now that we have that going, we're going to put in some cotija cheese. Just kind of be generous with it. Obviously, if you guys are like really trying to track down your stuff, measure everything out, make sure you're tracking your calories, super important. But for this time around, I'm kind of just throwing stuff together. Kind of messed up and burnt the garlic, but it's all right, we ball. So we're gonna hit it with some cilantro, hit it with some lemon juice and garlic salt and regular salt. And we also have some more rice going, because I don't think this is going to be enough rice. Hopefully it fits in the pan here. But pretty much we're just waiting on that. Actually, as I'm waiting on that, well, I need to season the rice, so we're gonna have to wait on the other rice to finish. All right, after hitting it a couple times with some water because it was a little dry, as you can see, it's kind of shiny in some places. I don't know if that's really picking that up, but this is pretty much what it should look like when you're finished cooking the rice. And then in goes the egg, break that up, mix it, protein, edamame, corn. Six might have been the perfect amount, I'm not gonna lie. Right. Now, once you have the eggs all mixed up, it should look something like this. You just want to make sure you break it up into little pieces. Next, we're adding the protein. Ooh, there's quite a lot actually. And also make sure that your stove is on low heat while you do all this, so it keeps everything fresh, but it doesn't burn it. Now, if you can help it, try to get a bigger pan. Try to get a bigger pan, because this is kind of difficult trying to mix through like all of this. But yeah, you pretty much just want everything spread out evenly to the point where there's not too much in one area. If you find a spot where there's too much rice, try to mix it and get some protein in that spot, just to where everything's kind of even. Like I'm seeing parts here that don't have as much chicken, so I'm going to spread them to that part. Now we're going to go in with the veggies. And don't be afraid if you're trying this recipe that it looks kind of just like slop. When I was coming up with this, that was kind of the intention, of just like a whole mix of things. So, but it's a healthy mix of things. And I'll kind of show you what this looks like as I'm mixing it. So this is kind of what it turns out like. This is pretty much the finished product. You can see everything's kind of mixed in there, almost to the point where you can't really tell what is what. But it's looking pretty good. I can already tell this is gonna taste pretty good. And don't hate it, don't knock it till you try it. All that kind of sits there. I'm gonna grab, well actually, I'm gonna put these away, ready for the dishes, and grab me a bowl so I can try this and adjust it if need be. As I say that, I literally forgot to add an ingredient. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. Imitation crab meat, which kind of helps balance out some of the saltiness in the fried rice, because the imitation crab's almost like a little sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear some up, put some in there, and I'll show y'all the finished product. Now that we topped it off with cotija, I'm about to do a taste test and show y'all that I'm not lying about this recipe. I'm not even exaggerating. Not even exaggerating. It's probably the best fried rice that I've made. Y'all need to try it for yourselves. But yeah, if y'all want more of like a breakdown of the recipe, let me know. I'll break it down for y'all. Anyways, I'm gonna head out of here and make me a little protein shake. I love y'all. Jesus loves y'all. And we out.